Hey everyone, Code I'm bringing another video. Today, let's finally talk about Sword Art Online episode 1 and 2. Why? Because the first two episodes are very important to the plot, and they connect. I will explain in a moment. Well, this franchise begins, if you haven't seen it, basically starts off with one of the best anime fan theories of all time. Sword Art Online's opening game gag scene, it makes you think of the Breath of the Wild first trailer. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. Then we get into a scene where we're speaking of the MMO stream, which is a subplot later in later seasons, but it's more like a news article. It talks about a new VR MMO, first VR MMO, Sword Art Online, and basically that. We see a man looking in the desert. He's Kirito, our protagonist, or Kazuto at the moment. Then he locks in, he reveal that he's a beta tester, yada yada. Enters it and finally says he's back. And just to know, the look in the first episode is not the true look, not their true look. I will explain in a moment. Then the next thing happens, being basically Kirito introduced. You get introduced to Clyde, which is basically the show equivalent of our Samurai Builds character, even if he forgets some things later on, which is kind of a joke, but only time will be revealed for that. Both Kirito teaches Clyde about the game's how the combat works, and basically the full-time element of motion input, and basically does that in the combat, battling and more. And due to this is a American-like MMO, that's basically slides if you're Asian, or kobolds if you're D&D, which the kobolds will show up eventually. I won't until the moment. Then after that, they discovered, obviously, the lockout button doesn't work. They wonder why it doesn't work, but it's a problem. Then they get teleported somewhere at night with Akihiro Kaiba, the game's creator. Basically, he's our villain and antagonist for the first half of season 1. But the point is, Kaiba tells everyone gets a mirror, and now they got their normal face as a profile thing now with their main looks, which is basically one of my favorite things of this first episode. Is you don't see the poster showed you the true looks, but you don't see in the first episode until the end. It's that discovered, everyone panics and go crazy, and basically that's Kiriko tries to increase being a beater, and now 2 months has passed, and now they found the first gate, the first floor. There are 100 floors, and they're only on floor 1, and now they found the floor 1 boss. And now episode 2, Beater. This episode is called that. I will explain at the end. So basically, this episode is Kirito encounters a meeting of players. Everyone's calling beaters, beta tester beaters as like a witch joke. So that we get introduced to another character, Icky, not the dog from JoJo Part 3, but Icky, a black guy. Yes, I am the black guy. Sorry, that was a joke. Basically, he explains about the beta test pros. Then there's some other guy who dies later in the episode. So basically, he's this other guy reveals he was a beta tester too, and no one knew that but Kirito until later. But that Kirito encounters a person in a hood. Turns out the person later in the gate person with the hood. Kirito teaches the person in the hood about making items taste better with using the mustard item to increase the bread. And that's really funny of a scene, but now we get introduced to who's the girl and the person in the hood. It's a girl named Asuna, our show's main female protagonist, our secondary protagonist. She's there, and basically this episode, the kobold is a different weapon, and basically you think it's one weapon, but it's another. They changed it as a subplot twist, and it's kind of great. Then at the end of the episode, Kirito gets his trademark black hood, which his main look for the rest of the series and franchise. Right? And now his journeys begin as a solo person for now. I hope you like this video and leave a comment down below if you think doing classic talk shows on Decodeman's Finest is kind of interesting. Hope you were wondering. This is Decodeman saying bye-bye. And I hope to see you guys next time for another episode of me doing Sword Arc or whatever next Decodeman's on. Now officially bye-bye for now.